So in May of this year, we visited the Newbury Valley to visit Nepal Seeds project sites, and I was really struck in the village of Samagaon. There's now a school there, whereas before 20 years ago, parents had to ship their kids off to boarding school in Kathmandu. Now they can drop them off in the morning and pick them up at the end of the day. We're going to hear from a couple people who benefited as students and as an educator who themselves grew up in Sama but had to go off to boarding school, who now live in Sama and have been instrumental in partnering with Nepal Seeds.
My name is Dhawanubu. Currently, we are in Samagaon. Title school chairman, which means almost like director and also manager. Yeah, I was born in the old town, so I grew up here, and I think until 7 I was here.
You went to school here?
Schooling? No, there was no school. I got scholarship from Seeds and to study in Kathmandu in a very good boarding school.
And then you went to school from nursery on. I mean, were you getting a scholarship from the very beginning?
From the very beginning, yeah.
Wow. What made you come back here? Because so many don't.
Coming back was motivated by Seeds scholarship, So I thought I need to pay back to the Seeds for what they have contributed to me. Nepal Seeds provided education scholarship to 5 people from here, 2 nurse. They also did almost 3 years service in the village as a nurse. They have also provided some of drinking water projects and more in earthquake times, and also during pandemic they have provided us relief for the people who have shortage of food and who are badly impacted by the climate change and also the pandemic here.
Dhawanubu's story speaks to the importance of empowering communities. A small investment into his education has allowed him to come back home and invest tenfold in the kids that are there in the village now. It reminds me of the story we encountered at Proke. Seeds gave a pretty modest donation to help build a school. It wasn't enough to actually build the building, but because the project was started, the people of Proke were able to go to CAN, Community Action Nepal, and get them to put up the rest of the money to finish the building. We're seeing this building halfway finished and getting to sit down with the village leaders as they then come back to Nepal Seeds and say, do you want to help us get some teaching materials? And so we actually got to see how effective this model of giving is.
My name is Bir Bahadur Lama. My Tibetan name is Purpo Chewang Lama. I live in Newbury Valley.
So you went away for school when you were 8 years old, and how long were you there?
Almost 13 years I spent there.
How long were you a teacher here?
Almost 24 years. 24 years.
Yeah. Originally it was Nepal Seeds who agreed to pay your salary, but when you came up here, there was a bad building and nothing else.
Yeah, the buildings are very poor. Students are living without books, without stationery. I made the blackboards myself. I collected the batteries of all the old batteries. Inside there, the carbon, the black carbon. Okay. In 1 year after my teaching, Seeds board members visit here. They will feel very happy because they will know that how the school was, how the education system was. So yeah.
What were some of the changes that you made that Nepal Seeds made possible or made easier to make?
To compare the Buddhism education and school education is a big challenge that time. We have to give some kinds of new things to the students. Like then I distributed them free pen and stationery things, and then books, and then firstly we gave the children a nutrition food also, And then what to do nutrition food means then we distributed the children milk program, That means, the one hand, they will get the nutrition, a good nutrition, vitamins for their body, because here in the mountain, the foods are very weak. The other hand, the parents and children are very happy when they get some things, food or drinks or pencil, and then they are really willing to come in school every day, Nepal Seeds, they accept my applications, the meal program, the stationery program, and then the construction of school, they accepted all my application. Then it changed a lot.